Hi, Julie here, and today I'm going to talk about this brand new pattern that I've created for my website. And this time it is a candy cane made with paper beads. And it has 31 beads, and it's supported by a pipe cleaner. And it has a 50-pound test fishing line ornament hanger that is actually stuck through one of the beads. And basically what you're going to do is this pattern comes with a project sheet that you can get at paperbeadcrafts.com. You're going to need one sheet of paper that is white. It's copy paper. It's 8.5 by 11. One sheet that's 8.5 by 11 red copy paper. You're going to need, and that will make 2 candy canes. You're going to need 2 chenille stems like these, and they can be either red, white, green, whatever you want. It will peek through a little bit between your beads. And you're going to need the special cutting template, which is included in this pattern pack. And that's it right here. It actually has 45 beads on it, but one of them you may not be able to use. So it actually has 44 beads that you can get from one sheet of paper. And you're going to need some basic white glue, Elmer's, Aleene's tacky glue. Any of those will work just fine. And it's it's not just for sealing the edges of your paper, but it's also for securing them to the top and bottom of your chenille stem. And then you're going to need your basic bead glazing supplies and tools, like the way I do it. I have another video where you can learn how to glaze your beads the way I do. I dip them. And then the tools that you're going to need, you're going to need a 5/32 size short paper bead roller. And the one I'm going to be using is slotted. And if you have one of mine, it has the number 4 printed on the bottom of it. You can barely make that out, but it is there. And let's see, the 5/32 paper bead roller is what makes the holes in the beads big enough to fit over the pipe cleaner, but not be too snug and not too loose. The friction between the pipe cleaner and the beads will hold it in place. Okay, you're going to need a glue palette and a toothpick, like the little lid that I always use. And you're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers. And you're going to need some sort of cutting device, whether it's a guillotine cutter, a rotary cutter and cutting mat, or scissors. And I actually use a guillotine cutter for most of the sheet, and then when it gets to a point where I can't use it anymore, I switch to my rotary cutter and cutting mat. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the very first thing that you're going to do is you're going to get your paper prepared. And you're going to layer your template on top of your sheets of red and white paper. And I always clip mine together so they won't shift on me when I'm cutting them, because I found that if I don't clip them together, they shift and the strips don't come out even. So I go ahead and I put them on one side. I usually use 3, but for some reason I have 2 at this point. And then I just go ahead and I put it on my cutter and I cut across. And I actually have a whole bunch here that I've actually clipped, and this is what they should look like when you're done. If you want to, you can roll these strips that are part of the pattern and color some of them red, because since they only have 44 strips per paper, if you want to get 2 or 3 candy canes out of it, you're going to need to, you can use your template sheet. Okay, so with that done, what you're going to do is roll them up and glaze them, and you should have your beads looking like this and all ready to go. Okay, so the next step will be to actually go ahead and assemble the candy cane, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, so once you have all of your beads made and are all glazed and dried, you're going to start assembling your candy cane. And the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and take your needle nose pliers and measure down 1/2 inch and fold it over. That's very important. You want to make sure that it is folded over. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to smear glue all over this end. Okay. And this way you can go ahead and lock in your beads with this glue. Okay, so once you get a liberal amount on there, just go ahead and work it into the fibers of the chenille stem and squeeze that together as much as you can. And you're going to go ahead, and I'm going to start with a red bead because the white bead's going to be on the outside. So you want to put in a red bead first. Just slide it over the end, and if it's not going to fit, just keep working at it. Find another bead if you have to. For some reason, I don't know why that didn't fit, because it did on the other ones. Okay, so push it down so that you have 1/4 inch of your chenille stem exposed, and put on your white bead. Okay, and then you're going to continue, let that dry about 10 minutes or so, and then you're going to continue adding the rest of your beads, and I've already got this one done here. And then what you're going to do is, once you've gotten all of your beads on, after these 2 initial ones, you're going to add 27 more beads. So let's see, I'm going to I should have 29 on here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. You want 31 in all when you're all completely done. So I have the 29, and this end here, I've got little tufts sticking up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut that off. And to make it a little bit smooth looking. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure up my 1/2 inch. Actually, in this case, you want it to be 1 inch away. So put your fingers on it, and then go a 1/2 inch away from your fingers, and cut that off. Okay, so at this point, you should have 1 inch. You don't really want it to be any longer than that. And I have 1 inch. That's, my finger is actually 1 inch right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bend that over so I have my 1/2 inch exposed. Squeeze it and put more glue on this end. Get that all smeared around. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a red bead. And if it's not lining up for you, go ahead and take the bead back off and try to get that end down inside, and then push it back on. And you might want to adjust those. There we go. Okay, and then you're going to put the white bead on the last. Okay, and then you're going to let that dry. And once it's completely dry, you don't want to shape it until it's actually completely dry. So what you want to do is you want to shape it into a candy cane just like this. And then to go ahead and put the hanger on it, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and get the 50-pound fishing line. This is what I like to use. And you grab about, I'd say 4 or 5 inches. And then you're going to grab your crimp beads, because you only need one. And you're going to thread the one end through one of the beads. Alright, so this took me some doing the other day. There we go. And then you're going to take a crimp bead, and you're going to put it on one side, and you're going to take the other end and go through it back the other way. And you want to make sure that the loop is as big as you want it to be. And hold it down. And go ahead and crimp it in place. And then you can trim down your nylon cord, your fishing line, so it's a little bit shorter. And then you're going to bring it back around and tuck it inside the bead to hide it. And there, you're done. You've got a brand new candy cane ornament. And that's it. And I want to thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below in the comment box. And if you like what you see and you want to see more of my videos as I get them done and uploaded, go ahead and subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button below the video. And like I said, if you have any questions or comments, just let me know. And you can get the project sheet and the free cutting template on my website at paperbeadcrafts.com in the pattern section under the ornaments. All right, thank you and have a great day and Merry Christmas. Goodbye.